Now we be the voice of the people. Citizen FM Abuja. Now we be the voice of the people. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Epa!
Investigations, special reports, analysis, and breaking news. Premium Times, a leading multimedia news platform, brings to you every minute stories that helps you make informed decisions and hold public officials, individuals, and organizations accountable. We have cartoons, videos, podcasts, and other interesting content for your delight. For timely update on politics, entertainment, sport, and business, visit our website on www.premiumtimesng.com and follow us on all our social media platforms. Don't miss out. Investigations, special reports, analysis, and breaking news. Premium Times, a leading multimedia news platform, brings to you every minute stories that helps you make informed decisions and hold public officials, individuals, and organizations accountable. We have cartoons, videos, podcasts, and other interesting content for your delight. For timely update on politics, entertainment, sport, and business, visit our website on www.premiumtimesng.com and follow us on all our social media platforms. Don't miss out. Investigations, special reports, analysis, and breaking news. Premium Times, a leading multimedia news platform, brings to you every minute stories that helps you make informed decisions and hold public officials, individuals, and organizations. We have cartoons, videos, podcasts, and other interesting content for your delight. For timely update on politics, entertainment, sport, and business, visit our website on www.premiumtimesng.com and follow us on all our social media platforms. Don't miss out.
A very good morning to you, Abuja. This is Premium Times Half Hour on 93.7 Citizen FM. So, Nigerians, political parties, and election observers have raised some concerns over the conduct of the presidential and National Assembly elections that were held 2 weeks ago. Now, the concerns some political parties believed were so enormous that they rejected the outcome of the elections outrightly, and they called for the conduct of another election. And as we speak, the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, and the Labour Party, which came second and third place respectively in that election, have approached the Election Petition Tribunal and are planning to challenge the victory of the APC candidate Bola Tinubu, whom INEC declared as the winner of that election. But what are these concerns exactly, expressed by not just Nigerians, including, observer groups, as well as these political parties? And what are the challenges faced by INEC? Like, how did some of these challenges come by? What should INEC do? Or what did INEC do, to have those faults? And what can INEC do better? And importantly, some of these issues are not simply, issues from INEC. Voters can also do some things better. So what are these things? These are the questions we will be seeking to answer on today's program. I'm Qasim Suleiman, and again, this is Premium Times Half Hour, and we discuss important issues and matters of national concern on this program. It is brought to you by Premium Times, Nigeria's leading investigative and accountability platform. On this program, we spotlight exclusive reports produced by Premium Times reporters, from in-depth investigations to unique analyses and human angle stories. Now, remember, this is, audience-centered program, and you listeners can join in on this program later on the show. You can call us or send us text messages, to give your own contribution on the show. So this morning, to discuss the issues I have at hand, I'll be joined by a senior program officer on elections at Yaga Africa, Antonia Onda, but she'll be coming on later on. Let me look at first, for now, let's look at some, major stories published by Premium Times this week. And one of the first one I would like us to look at is an analysis. Basically, all the ones I want us to look at an analysis. X-raying major upset in Nigeria's 25th February elections. Now, this is an analysis that look at some major upsets, some things that not many Nigerians, not even, analysts saw coming, that happened in the 25th February elections. That's the presidential and National Assembly elections. For example, we saw the president-elect Bola Tinubu, who was defeated in his stronghold, Lagos, where he has had, on his palm for more than 2 decades. But the Labour Party won Tinubu's Lagos. And we also saw El Rufai, who is a member of the All Progressive Congress and, one of the party's bigwigs, losing, all the senatorial seats. He could not deliver. All the senatorial seats in Kaduna State were won by other parties other than the APC. And the same goes to President Buhari in his home state, Katsina. He could not deliver to his own party. The governor of Kano State, Ganduje, also faced a similar issue. Another story here, published by Premium Times, is 5 factors that helped Tinubu to victory. Now, this story looked at some of the 5 factors that actually, pushed the president-elect to victory. And some of these are, the kind of big wins he had in the Southwest, the, rift in the PDP, and some other. You can go on Premium Times website and check out these stories. Another story here is an analysis. It says, can Catholic priest help APC reclaim Benue State from PDP? Now, this is an interesting one, and it has to do with, the governorship election coming up now, March 18th. INEC has, postponed that election. It is saying that PDP ruled that North Central state, that's Benue State, since the return of democracy, since 1999, except in 2015 when current governor Samuel Ortom, won on the platform of the APC. But even he himself left the APC in 2018 and returned to the PDP. And up till now, PDP is being held by Benue State. But somehow, another candidate, Hyacinth Alaya, is currently making some waves. So this analysis actually look at, can he actually reclaim Benue State for the APC? Well, those are some stories published by Premium Times during the week. Now, let's move to our guest for the day, the Senior Program Officer on Elections at Yaga Africa, Antonia Onda. Good morning, Antonia.
Good morning to you. Good morning, Nigerians.
All right. Thank you for joining us. So, first of all, I know that Yaga Africa deployed, a number of observers across the country during the 25th February elections. And one of the earliest reports released by Yaga says that INEC violated its own guidelines, and which resulted in a couple of difficulties faced by Nigerians. I would like you to tell us, some of those guidelines by INEC that it's violated.
Okay, thank you very much. This presidential election 2 weeks ago is one election, or the general election to say is one election that Nigerians actually look forward to. It's supposed to be a mark of change, a mark of different things. It means different things to people with the country, with insecurity, scarcity of fuel, the money issue and all. And so there was a lot of anticipation and hope for the election, and also looking at INEC and how much they are going to deliver credible elections for Nigerians. And so if you look at the whole process of elections and talking about the guideline, and one of the guidelines, one of the issue on the guideline is the commencement of elections on election day. And the guideline provides that the process of election will commence at 8:30 a.m. And we could see that it means that at 8:30 a.m. the process should start, which means that the INEC officials should be at their locations, at their polling unit before 8:30 p.m. to be able to set up so that the process can start at 8:30 a.m. But until at 7:30, which is like an hour to the commencement, only 27 polling units were open, which means, if you see through the process, there was a lot of late commencement in a lot of polling units, which delayed in the process. And also, we also observe shortage in the supply on some of the INEC materials that were supposed to be for the conduct of the elections, shortage of ballot papers in some locations. And then, so generally, logistics was very poor. And at every election that we observe, you see that the issue of logistics keep coming in at every time. And INEC will say, okay, that will improve in the next one, and everybody looks forward to that improvement. But yet, it keeps reoccurring. And then the challenge of locating polling units in the assignment of assigning voters to polling units. Since the expansion of the polling unit because of the overcrowding of the polling unit, INEC had challenges in relocating people from polling units, and even the ones that were relocated didn't know where they were supposed to vote until they went to their old polling unit. Before they were told that no, their names are no longer on the register of that particular polling unit, and so it was a challenge. Now it could be that the new polling unit is far from where these people are living, and they won't be able to access it, which leads to disenfranchisement. And also, we saw that some polling unit, the guidelines says that provides that if a polling unit has more than 750 voters, it will be divided, right? And we saw before the election, INEC gave 240 polling units that had 0 voters, and that they will not be conducting election in such places.
Yes.
But in a very significant number of polling units, we saw that they have very high number of voters. Which was more than 1,000, and so there is irregularities in the distribution of people across it. And if I had said that they have expanded this polling units to grant access to observers. I'm sorry, I mean voters. And then on election day, people are still finding it difficult to adapt it, as well as to such locations and that. And so the whole process was just not managed properly. And also the result management. The guidelines provides that the INEC should, or the INEC officials at the polling should upload the results at the polling unit level to IREF. And we could see that at the end of the process, in several places, we could not. INEC could not upload the results to the IREF, and they had challenges. And so it's even funny, until the last time I checked, INEC still didn't even have up to 100% of the result at the IREF, of which that process was supposed to be a near real-time process that people could easily go to the IREF portal and access their polling unit results. And so all of these irregularities mar the process, and which it falls short of the expectations of Nigerians and everyone. And for us at the civil society level, who actually we were looking forward to a better process, it was very difficult convincing citizens to participate in the process because they had already lost hope in the process of elections in Nigeria. And we tried our possible best to encourage them, persuaded them to come out. And then this happened. Like, how do we even face them? How do we couch our voter education message this time, and all of that? And so it is a very bad thing. And then INEC even had issues in communication with citizens. So at every point, people want to know what is happening and how will people go about issues. Some people, not until on the election, or a few days to election, a day or two to the election before, they got text messages about the elections road and all of that. And look at yesterday, that after the court ruling, INEC waited until midnight before they put out an official statement that the elections for governorship and the state level offices has been postponed.
I actually want us to look into that, but that will be later. You talked about the result management, which in fact is one of the major causes of the current litigation that INEC is facing as the petition tribunal. And there's been this argument that does the Electoral Act, I'm taking it that you are familiar with the Electoral Act, yeah?
Yes.
Does the Electoral Act actually make provision for immediate transmission of results from the polling unit? Is it mandatory in the Electoral Act or it is not? Because that is one of the major, contention among people now, and it is particularly unclear. I think perhaps except you have a court pronouncement to actually, because even among lawyers there is seemingly different interpretation of this.
Yeah, so when it comes to interpretation of law, there are several. It's kind of difficult to say, but the guideline for the conduct of elections on election day provides that elections, the results are transmitted directly from the polling unit to the IRF, which the citizens will access. Even if the Constitution does not, or the Electoral Act does not clearly state and to make that legal, but the Commission has said to citizens that you will be able to access your polling unit result on this portal, and this is I'm just talking based on providing ensuring credibility and transparency in the process. If the Commission has pronounced that and have put that in their guidelines that yes, this results will be transmitted from the polling unit level. So even if it is not going to be tendered in court, it gives people opportunity to get data to be able to compare and do their own personal collation and compare that with what INEC is going to announce. And so for that process, people were looking forward to it. And so it not being transparent is not now the issue of whether it is provided for in the law, but INEC has told us that they are going to carry out that process, and people or citizens will have access to this data, and which is the most important thing here. Yeah.
Thank you for that. And I would like you to talk about this. I think in the irregularities, in this election, we've actually focused on INEC, but I think there are some challenges faced by voters, and perhaps some things that voters need or can actually do better to ensure that their votes count. And now I'm actually referring to the number of rejected votes that we actually witnessed, because a total of about over 900,000 votes, which make up about 3.76% of the total votes, were rejected. And these is usually due to maybe people not having a clear choice of candidates. Perhaps they make their fingerprint on maybe two parties. How can you? And this is perhaps one of the issues that maybe voters should actually pay attention to. Apart from INEC dealing with the logistics, trying to make sure that they upload the result on IRF and that they get to the polling unit early. What are those things that you think voters also need to do to make sure that these elections go smoothly?
Yeah, so this clearly shows that a lot of people do not understand what the process is. Because when designing our voter education, we take it at different levels, the need to participate and how to participate right. And we also, so it shows that these people, all they know is coming out, and they don't know what is the valid vote, what is a rejected vote, at what point will your vote be rejected, what are you supposed to do, how do you thumbprint? People don't know that, and that is why for us at Young Africa, we have a program, the election that explains such processes in simple terms, and we also political, who are the first beneficiaries of this vote to engage in voter education? The citizens need to know, how does the beavers function? What are the processes of the beavers? What does it do? And then, how do I thumbprint on my paper? What makes it invalid? And this is an alert for us in this space to learn how to teach people. It's just obvious that these people don't know how to do, because it's a very high number, 3 points. That numbers, and it could actually, if these votes were valid, it can actually determine something. So this is a call to increase voter education, especially to on how citizens should vote right. And so when we are going out next election, the governorship election is coming, and there is never at any point that anyone has opportunity to educate voters on how to vote. They should do it, and so teach them how to thumbprint and at what time. What does it mean for it to be rejected, and why is it important for them to thumbprint correctly? And that's why at the polling unit, before the process begins, the presiding officer also do a brief voter education for people who are present on how to do the process. And so I think going into the governorship election, they should also do that from the beginning. And if possible, if there is a sign, to just show people this is it, and then on the wall around the polling unit, so people can know and be careful while thumbprinting on their paper.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Antonia. And thank you for that. Please keep staying tuned. I would like to see if we can get some callers to ask perhaps questions or give us contribution to the show. And the dear listeners, is still 93.7 Citizen FM, and this program is Premium Times Half Hour, brought to you by Nigeria's leading investigative platform, Premium Times newspaper. And we're looking at, some of the issues encountered by INEC, or some of the issues encountered by Nigerians, essentially, during the last, the presidential and the National Assembly elections that were held 2 weeks ago, and how can they be improved? We are not only looking at INEC, we're also looking at the challenges faced by voters, and how perhaps voters can themselves improve this process. You can give us a call to contribute to this program, or ask questions. 09032222997 08. You can call us on 081 8222 2205. You can also call 081 8222 2206 090 32 229797. You can give us a call and ask questions or contribution that you may have on this program. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that. Okay, 090 32 29797. 090 32 229797. Citizen FM, and the program is Premium Times Half Hour. We are looking at the challenges faced during the presidential and national assembly elections that were held 2 weeks ago. You can give us a call, ask questions, or give us contribution. 090 32 229797. Let me come back to you, Antonia, for now. INEC, has postponed the governorship and state house of assembly elections by a week, and it gave reasons that this is due to the fact that the commission was unable to, reconfigure the beavers due to, the current litigation and the restraining order by the petition by the Court of Appeal, essentially. So what are those? INEC has extended this by 1 week. What are those things that you believe will be inexcusable for Nigerians? What are those excuses that Nigerians would not take from INEC? What are those things that we would like to see to have been sorted, and that we believe INEC has enough time right now to address?
So I think the first thing is to ensure early deployment and fix the issue. Early deployment of officials to the poll will implies early commencement of the process, and then the process will end early, and the system, everything will flow with that. Also, some of the other officials sometimes seem very not to understand what they are to do and how to manipulate or go around the beavers. So if there is any form of retraining, just a short retraining before they are deployed again for this election, it should be done. Also, when it comes to the results collation process, from the polling unit down to the ward and in the state level, there should be a transparency so that citizens will see, the introduction of technology, and especially the beavers, was one I was looking out for, to see that yes, okay, this process is going to be different this time, and everyone looked at it. But the same way it can seem very good, the same way it can easily be manipulated and can jeopardize everything. So INEC should be clear and transparent and open in every of the process when it comes to results collation process from the polling unit, and whatever issue it was with the IRF, it should be fixed so that immediately a process is ending at the polling unit, the results are transmitted to the IRF for citizens to assess, and then as it goes to the world level, the process should also be seamless. Whatever it is that left the polling unit level should be also the same. No manipulation in the process, in the forms that are being submitted for collations until the last level at the state level, where the winners are going to be announced. So at every point, INEC should be open and transparent to citizens, so that at least to regain their confidence. Because the way it is going to be difficult to convince citizens to go back to the polls after what happened 2 Saturdays ago. So we just hope for the best as we go ahead in preparation for the governorship elections in this state, in the local governments.
All right. Many thanks to you, Antonia Onda. Thank you very much for joining us. Antonia is a senior program officer on elections at IAGA Africa. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll let you go now. Thank you. Again, this is Citizen FM and the program is Premium Times Half Hour. We'll be wrapping up the program right now, but first I would like to look at some of the stories published by Premium Times, and I would like to refer you to Premium Times website for you to actually, read and check out some of the stories, because I believe they are really, really insightful. And one of them was actually an analysis titled X-Rain Major Upsets in Nigeria's 25th February elections. All right. So this story looked at, some of those things that analysts, Nigerians, and even, most politicians do not see coming. Like Bola Tinubu losing the Lagos state to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, like El Rufai not being able to win any senatorial seat for the APC in Kaduna State, like Ganduje, despite being a close ally of the president-elect, not being able to deliver Kano State. I mean, even the president, Muhammadu Buhari, could not deliver Katsina State, where the People's Democratic Party, PDP candidate won Mr. Buhari's party. Another story that Premium Times published was a story that was titled 5 Factors That Helped Tinubu to Victory. And that's it on the program, and this is how we wrap it up. Do join us again at this time again next week, Thursday, 11 o'clock a.m. Again, this is Qasim Suleiman, wishing you a very good morning and a productive day ahead.
Investigations, special reports, analysis, and breaking news. Premium Times, a leading multimedia news platform, brings to you every minute stories that helps you make informed decisions and hold public officials, individuals, and organizations accountable.